Wicked Witches, welcome. It is the Pisces super harvest lunar eclipse moon, full moon, and we are entering a new eclipse season, and this one has moved from the Aries, whatever it was. It's moved from the last axis into the new one, which is Pisces and Virgo. What's Aries opposite? I'm not very well. I'm a bit ill. I'm pulling it together, but this is quite a Piscean thing. So, and also quite an eclipse thing. So if you're feeling tired or ill, it's absolutely perfectly reasonable. Eclipses are tiring, and I slept in till about 11 this morning, and it took me everything I've got to get out of bed today, and I managed to, and I'm here and I feel okay. I don't feel great, but yeah, my brain's not as sharp as it normally would be, and it's a lot. So be really gentle with yourself, and also Piscean especially is without boundaries. It's the ocean, it's the infinite, it's boundaryless. Virgo is boundaries. Virgo is very clear and precise and clarity. So Virgo is like the ninja, and Pisces is chi, or life force, energy, the ocean, the infinite, and that's wonderful. It's magical. I've been having incredible dreams. I'm assuming you probably have been too. And so to allow the space for creativity. So tonight, and I'm really excited about this. Tonight we're going to have the ceremony. I open it up. I'll talk about the energetics and kind of open up the space. And then we're going to do an exercise where we're going to meet our twin. And then the twin, which is our inner world, which is very much the Piscean. The twin is infinite. Our twin is infinite. And we are living this contained experience of reality in this avatar that we're here with, but when we die we'll go back to the infinite. We're from the infinite, and we all connect up at the back. You know, all of our inner worlds connect up in the dreaming, in collective consciousness, and our outer worlds connect up as well in the universe. So in both directions we become one, and I'm gonna let the inner twin create. So I've got pens, I've got paper, I've got paints. I'm really excited. I'm gonna have like the opportunity for anything to come out and to let the twin lead. So we're gonna be doing some archetypal art tonight, which I'm very excited about. So I very much invite you to do the same at home. And if you've ever felt like you'd like to come to a ceremony but you're shy, just come. They're really gentle. It's really gently led. There aren't millions of people. There's normally about 5, 6, 7, 3, 4 on a dark moon. Dark moon's normally a bit more quiet. Don't feel threatened at all. There's nothing weirder or wackier than what's in these videos going on. So do join. And I make these videos for those people which there are many who can't be there. And so I used to just do a reading, but I felt like it's nice to kind of include a bit more in what the ceremony in there, so anyone who's unable to make it can use the videos to catch up. I am going to do a reading for you now. So let me just think, is there anything? I've got my book. Piscean. I need to, yes, the eclipses are a big thing. For me, I feel like it's hard for me to separate with this one how big it is for me compared to everyone else. So this is my Virgo, this is my eclipse return. I don't know what you would call it. Oh, my North Node return. Sorry, that's what it is. This is my North Node return. So the eclipses are based on the North and South nodes, and my North Node in my birth chart is in Virgo and South Node is in Pisces. So every 18 years it comes back to this place, which is interesting because we're also having this I'm really not very with it today. Pluto retrograde, last dip back into Capricorn, which is my sign, before it then goes into Aquarius for the next 20-ish years. So it was in Capricorn for 20 years. So there's a reflection there on what's happened in the last 20 years in terms of Capricornness, Plutoness, which is kind of bigger picture, and institutions, and it's sort of my place within the world, because the Pluto's the furthest out. It's like the biggest picture. So the last 20 years have been however they've been, with I do believe like the death rattles of patriarchy and the lashbacks because of that. And then where I've been within that, which was in the freest, most liberal place I could possibly have lived, which in the UK, which gave me a freedom and an understanding of my rights and the possibilities of self governance and freedom and liberalism that I wouldn't have experienced anywhere else, except for the places that have the same spirit as Brighton, like Bristol and places like that, Berlin. But yeah, I mean, it was a spirit of complete freedom. So that was my experience the last 20 years, was a reaction against patriarchy. And then in my own personal life, which is sort of a bit more this Virgo thing, is that I'm coming from Pisces, which is it's the ceremonies, it's spirituality. This for me is second nature. It's easier for me to do this than the Virgo stuff, which is being focused. And I am really hardworking because I'm Capricorn, and I've got loads of Capricorn in my chart, so I've got all the hardworkingness of Capricorn. But Virgo is about it, because Capricorn can be very ambitious, and with Virgo it feels more like making it a sacred act and an act of development that feels pure and not about money and ego, which is what the Capricorn one can feel a bit more like. And I've gone through a whole journey of it, of trying to be less driven by ambition, because that was all literally that was my main thing. And now I'm actually back there, but it's not from a place of ambition in terms of a Capricorn-y capitalist way. My ambition is now, for two things. How do I make the world work for me now, and to support everyone else to do that as well? So not how do I fit into the world or find my place in the world. How do I find the world within me, and how do I make the world be more like me? And for everyone else to do that too, to support everyone else to do that too. We don't have to fit into the world has to fit into us. And how to do that, and how to support other people to do that. And then also in doing that, part of it for me, the challenge is to overcome money, which I wish it wasn't. I wish that it was, because it's the reason why I wish it wasn't is because it's the thing I like the least. So it's like, how can I keep my integrity and my views on money? But it's not, it's a big thing to unpack anyway. That's my Virgo journey, is to achieve comfort and creature comforts and be able to pay my rent and live and survive, but from a place of integrity, a place that I feel proud of and confident and like I'm doing the right thing. It comes from the right place, responsibly, and doesn't give up my drive to overthrow or overturn profits before people and profits before the planet and things like that. So it's a big one. And so so that's my thing, and I feel like I will have really learned something and achieved something in myself if I manage to do that. Like, I feel like that's the Virgo journey, is for me to learn to be able to earn money responsibly and ethically, and in a way that I'm proud of, and how to do that when I think it's evil. So watch this space. So that won't be the same for everybody else, but do look into what your North Node and South Node is, because that gives you a bit of a heads up of what your journey is, what your karmic journey is, what you learned in the last life and what you're heading towards in this life. But all the things I just talked about are part of this anyway. So Virgo Pisces is the absolute war, which is amazing. It's the dreaming, it's just magic, but it's completely uncontained. And then Virgo is the nun, it's the monk, it's the ninja. And I very much think ninja is the right way of thinking about it, because it's not, I feel like sometimes when you think of nun and things like that it seems a bit, I don't know, I think for me it's different connotations there, but when I think of a ninja, it's like someone who is determined and gets up every morning and does the practices and works really hard, and that's what makes someone fulfill the Virgo-ness of spirituality, when they're disciplined and focused. And so they're not like virgins in a damsel in distress type way, they're virgins in a this is my practice. I will not be befuddled or distracted by motherhood or sex or boyfriends. Like I am choosing to follow my spiritual path, and I'm going to get up every morning really early, and I'm going to do my morning practice, and I'm going to eat properly and well and frugally and all these things. So I think we can all learn from that, and that's the eclipse portal that we're diving into, and to just see what's coming, like observe, do it all as an observer. So I am going to do a reading. Someone's just popped up on the, how long we got? No, we've got 6 minutes yet, so I don't need to, sorry. I will do the reading first, and then I'll open the ceremony. So just be gentle with yourself is the main thing over these next few days. Look after yourself, be gentle with yourself. You might well be ill, you might well be tired, and that is all perfectly understandable and reasonable. So in terms of the collective, let's do this reading for you. Be strong. Iraz, this is one of my favourite runes now, having been probably my least favourite. This is the rune of it is the rune of being, like, I feel like Virgo, actually, if you were fully in Virgo strength, like if you were doing your morning practice and you were a ninja, if you were fully in your ninja-ness, you would be strong. You would be absolutely strong. And it's not just physical strength, it's absolutely centered. You could do a ninja fight. You could, you could stay out. You could climb a mountain in bare feet. You know, it's that kind of be strong. It's like absolute centeredness. The home in the north. So, and I would say that's how I'm feeling right now. I want to stay at home and chill and have lie-ins and go to bed early and just withdraw after this crazy summer month time to give myself that space to go inward. Then we have full sunshine in communication. So this is being really bright and clear with ideas and with what we're sharing, what we're saying in the world, which, you know, again comes with the Virgo-ness of like really owning your words and creating your world with spells, spelling your world into being. So just, and that can be being really powerful about wanting rest and wanting to chill out and being able to just say that and not feeling like you're doing anything wrong. Abundance in the will and emotional world of fire. So this is that you've been out all summer, and this is the harvest and the rewards. You're bringing it all in, and you are abundant, you're loved, you're supported, and now to put that fire and strength into being at home and to just reap the rewards really. And then inwardly you've got the thorn, and this is the rune of the shamanic journey. So this means that we're this is a process, and that's what the eclipse season is. We're going into a process, and it's not about it being easy, because nothing amazing ever comes from it easy. Like if Lord of the Rings had been easy, it wouldn't be Lord of the Rings, would it? So this is about some sort of epic thing going on, which I feel we've got to let ourselves unravel, download. The way I was taught about eclipses is that they're when all of our versions of ourselves align. So our parallel universe versions, our past lives, future lives versions all align, and we download to each other, and it's almost, if you imagine that they were all stacked up like that, you'd get this rod of light down the middle, which is the pure you, and then all the stuff that's not really you would all sort of start to show up, and that, you imagine that crumbling away. And so that will happen in your own life, but you're also assisting all the other lives to do the same. That's the way I picture it. And so it's not meant to be easy, but it's cleansing and it's useful. So if things come up or things disappear, shed, like just be with it, observe it, and be aware that that's probably what's going to be carrying on for the next 2 years. It's like 2007 we're in this axis for. So these are the things that are coming up. The Fool, wow, okay, wicked. So the Fool is, I don't pull that very often, so it's quite mega to have pulled that. It means anything is possible, and it's the beginning and end of a journey, and be open to the inner and outer being one. That's very strong for Piscean, and for tonight as well, to let the inner and outer go. Then I've got the Knight of Discs, so that's reflecting on all that's been, all that he's done. You know, so it's time to like go through and process what's been happening this year and what you've learned, which is what I've been very much reflecting on of late. what have I learnt this year? And then peace, that's nice. I've never pulled that, I don't think. Two of Swords, to find peace. And this is what I mean about allowing yourself that space to go in and relax and rest. Because rest is revolutionary, and we need to let ourselves have that space to do it, because we don't in society. Just making sure I'm starting on time with the ceremony. With the Goddess. I mean, I'd say this is the opposite of what I'm saying, it's emergence. But I would, in terms of this, I would say it's the opposite of what I feel at the moment and what I'm, but let things emerge. Do let whatever's coming through in the eclipseness emerge. So let that come through. See it as a download. See it as, even if it's hard, see it as something. Step back and look at as a sort of scientist and observing as a scientist, and don't feel it happening at you, is what I mean. And balance. So balance, I would say, is extremely key. We're actually at the point of balance of the light and dark and day and night. We are at the equinox. There is a reason why Libra is at this time of year, and we're about to enter into Libra season. This is the time of balance. So that's why I say look after yourself. Loads of people I know are ill at the moment. Oh. Soul, responsibility. That's interesting because it's the sun, which we're saying goodbye to. Soul. Soul, the Norse personification of the sun, rides her golden chariot across the sky each day to bring forth the daylight from atop the heavens. She is the eternal bright bride of the sky, mentioned throughout both the poetic and prose Eddas. She has two horses, Early Riser and Swift, lead the way and are followed every night by her brother Mani, the personification of the moon. Skoll and Hati, the offspring of the great wolf Fenrir, chase Soul and Mani relentlessly in the hopes of eventually devouring them. While Norse mythology does not consider a solar deity to be a focal point, Soul is held in such high regard that she became the origin of the world Sunday. Soul shines brightly through the clouds to inspire you with responsibility. Knowing that you're responsible for your reality might feel like a burden at times, but in the end, it's the greatest gift one could hope to receive. Without some form of structure within our lives, we could lose our way along the path towards balance, looking for comfort in energies that seek to cause us harm. Just as Soul takes responsibility for each day by lighting up the sky, you must take responsibility for yourself and your own well-being. When we stop looking to blame others, we glow with self-improvement and empowerment and cast the shadows of negativity. That is spot on, I'd say. So look after yourself, take care of yourself, think of yourself like a ninja, like how to work as a absolutely devotee of your practice and your inner world in this beautiful Piscean phase, and then this social, the axis that we're going to be in for the next 2 years. So in that, good night. I'll see you on.